3,
Come.
Two.
She won't come here. Then you will come in the video.
Do I do
Come here.
timer
Come
or
closer.
just
It's
the
okay.
stop
Do
time?
For the video.
the same.
The same?
The same, yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Good morning, judges. We are so excited to present our enlightening research on ergonomic benefit and blah 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 in the student. A comprehensive study on deflection loop. My name is Shi Hwan, and our group members Humi, Mahi, Jude, and Diane. When you were first choosing your loop, were there any researches or guidelines that could help you when you are looking at this deflection loop? If you are not using deflection loop, what comes to your mind? Have you, when you look at this, have you ever thought that, oh, this might create some strange environment because he is looking at me? And probably you might have thought, oh, probably ergonomic loop is less ergonomic because when they need to look at the patient, they have to look at like this. Or have you ever thought that these loops are very field specific? Like it is good for endo, good for resto, but not good for surgery or perio. So these are the perceptions from the non-users. And we would like to compare these perceptions with the experiences of deflection loop users. So for us to understand better about the deflection loop, I'd like to share you briefly about the history, how this deflection loop has been invented. As you know, we as dentists, we are working on very tiny things. Look at our tiny teeth. It is so tiny that it requires us to bend our neck to look into closer. But as we bend, when we bend at 15 degrees, our neck is bearing 27 pounds. According to Dr. Oh, I missed it. According to Dr. Franzas, yeah. Research has been done that when dentists bend their neck at 45 degrees, we bear 49 pounds, and at 60 pounds. That is the reason why, according to the study which is done by Dr. Justin, many dentists retire early due to the neck and back pain. And to see it at far distance closer, they invented loop using magnifying glasses. But it was not sufficient because the magnification or the looking closer up has been solved with the magnifying glass, but still they were bending. So they gave declination angle to solve this problem. When I tilt this one, you just straighten up a little bit. Declination angle. But another problem rose, which is eye strain. For you to prevent neck bending, but for you to look down, your the eyes are beginning to getting fatigued. Yeah. But I can do it better when it actually comes. So to solve these two problems, a loop company in Japan invented deflection loop. Deflection loop provides users to look forward at the same time looking downward. So this loop solved bending neck problem and also eye strain problem. So, but still, since it is new, people who are not using deflection loop began to think that, oh, this creates a strange work environment, and these are not good for certain procedures and certain procedure, and it doesn't look more ergonomic. So for us to compare these perceptions from the user experiences of the deflection loop, we are going to present our topic.
So our way was by distributing cross-sectional surveys among first, second, third, and fourth year dental students. We were able to collect back 241 surveys that were statistically interpreted. Our study focused on the difference between the deflection loop users and the non-deflection loop users, using the descriptive statistics and the Kloska-Wallace test for analysis. Some of the questions in our surveys included but not limited to how long have you been using your loops? How long did it take you to adjust to your loops? And if you think that the deflection loops can offer you a better ergonomic benefits, and also what area of dentistry that you think the deflection loops can use the most, for example, in implant, surgery, perio, or other areas.
And from our research, we were able to come to two main conclusions. Although there is no significant statistical difference in neck pain reduction and eye strain across all types of loops, there is a significant statistical benefit in ergonomic position in deflection loop users over straight loop users.
Upon distributing the survey, we realized that a lot of dental students and dental practitioners did not have any criteria or on which they would select their loops, let it be either deflection loops or straight loops. The reasons that we found during our survey that kept the students trying from the deflection loops was either their higher prices. Some of the students weren't aware about this deflection loop concept, and some of the providers did not provide them with this kind of loops. But we still had few answers in a survey that students wanted to try the deflection loops, and some of them also wanted to have a transition from the straight loops to the deflection loops.
So in conclusion, our study has provided statistically significant results that there is more ergonomic benefits on the deflection type of loops. This is based on the perception of non-deflection type of loop users and the experience of deflection type of loops. Our research has also eliminated all the biases or some of the perceptions that these non-deflection type of loop users have, like the type of procedures that they think that the deflection type of loops can be restricted to some procedures. So according to our research, no, it's not. It's mostly similar to what you can use the straight loops for. But also, we have found out that a little bit of a difference between straight and the deflection type of loops would be the cost. So beyond the magnification benefits of the dental loops, it is very important to get a personalized type of loop selection in order to maximize the ergonomic benefits of our practice in dentistry. So there we have it. This is our presentation. Thank you so much for listening. Do you have any questions for us?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sorry.